Well, so we just got our squash out of the oven.
Smells great.
The next thing you want to do, you want to be able to pull the squash away from the skin. On a usual acorn squash, those are the green outsides, orange insides, you would take your spoon and literally peel away from the skin. In this case, with this squash, we don't want to break the strands of the noodles. So you want to gently take your fork, just put it gently in there and pull it away from the skin. And just do that till you get all the way around. And I have an example here of one that's already done.
Looks noodly. I love it, Brie. I think that's exactly what we're kind of getting at here. The spaghetti squash term kind of ensues the fact that, you know, hey, we can use it as a substitute for our noodles that maybe you're used to eating a lot of pasta, other kind of noodle dishes every single night, but you can instead use this carotenoid, as we talked about earlier, rich vegetable.
Having a hard time getting those veggies into your diet, here's a great way.
Absolutely. Instead of using the carbohydrates that we're used to, we can use the squash. And did you know that, for instance, in case you're watching your calorie content, in 1 cup of the spaghetti squash, there's about 42 calories just with the squash alone. Well, it also has 0 grams of fat. That's great if you're watching your heart health.
How about protein?
You know what? There's about 1 gram of protein in it. That's great. We're going to add a little bit of walnuts later, boost up the nutritional content in case you have a side of meat, anything like that. And also there's about 10 grams of carbohydrate. So these complex carbohydrates that slow the rate of digestion and slow the absorption of the carbohydrates, making your blood sugar rise slowly. Again, exactly what we were saying. It's a versatile vegetable used for in place of pasta and other noodle dishes. So still great, still delicious, still nutritious, still healthy.
An intelligent eat.
It's exactly what we're getting at. This is an intelligent eat, folks. Okay, what do we got going on, Brianne?
All right, right now in Intelligent Eat's kitchen, we're going to take the pasta.
Well, it's kind of pasta.
We're making the pesto. We're going to put it in with the
pasta.
All right, so right now we're going to take 2 tablespoons of pesto. Just plop it right in there.
And folks, side note, if you could smell this and smell what's going on in the Intelligent Eats kitchen, I think you'd be rather jealous. So again, we're really hoping that you try this at home because it smells delicious. And I mean, look at this.
It's healthy and nutritious.
Absolutely.
So you just want to kind of mix that pasta in there. Another thing I'm just going to add in quick, just for, we got our healthy omega-3s like we were talking about earlier, just a little bit of that olive oil. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at the whole measuring game. So right now I'm going to go for probably about a half a teaspoon of olive oil. Just, sprinkle that in there. That just helps the next day because of leftovers. Who doesn't love a leftover?
I love leftovers.
Especially for your lunch. This is great warmed up the next day. And the olive oil just helps it not to stick that next day and get a nice little warm leftover. So after mixing it up, get everything mixed together nice, I have my pre-chopped walnuts. And Katie, please remind everyone again about the walnuts.
I think before we were talking about this a little bit, but absolutely. Omega-3 fatty acids. Great for the brain, great for the heart, great for your overall health. And who doesn't like overall health? A little cheerleader on the side. Way to go! Brie,
all right,
love it.
And the other thing, about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. I like to
it on
use
there.
fresh. Don't use, that shake and bake. No, folks. Stay away from the shake and bake.
Yep.
Get that freshly ground.
Yep.
Katie and I tonight, we ground our own with their cheese grater. For those of you that don't know what a cheese grater looks like, let's grab one of those.
We're going to go in the pantry.
Kitchen.
Look at that.
Cheese grater.
Folks.
Tonight we use the blade here for grating our cheese. Turned out like this. You just get those nice forms of the cheese here. It comes out in little slices like that.
Looks great.
Put a little bit of the cheese in there.
Plus,
mix it up one more time.
Yep, and some of the heat, I think, from the spaghetti squash, because we just had it in the oven, kind of melting the cheese.
Exactly.
Melding the flavors. It smells great. I wish we had a nose on this camera, folks. But we don't.
Next step. Just take a dish. Now, for all of you that we want to watch our portions,